quick. It's a recap of all the Harry Potter movies, the entire series.
What, like a summary?
Yeah.
Let's go through all of them, okay? The first one starts off Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, I believe that's what it's called. He's there with his mean uncle and his mean aunt. And his uncle is played by that guy, Dr. Meinheimer from Naked Gun 2.5.
Harry Potter's parents. So Harry Potter grows up with his aunt and uncle. And around the age of 11, he gets a letter from Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry saying, "You're a wizard, come be a wizard, kid."
And then he gets a letter from Hogwarts that says he's a wizard, but his aunt and uncle don't want him to go. And then Hagrid comes and gets him, and he goes to Hogwarts, and then...
"You're a wizard, Harry." And he says, "I'm a wizard, what do you mean?" And then we understand that there's actually like a whole world of wizardry that goes on beside the regular world.
So he goes to the school, meets his two new best friends, Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger.
He has to find the Philosopher's Stone, plays a game of chess, things explode.
Harry finds out that Voldemort is living in the back of a guy's head.
One of the teachers has Voldemort on his head, and he wears a turban, and then Harry saves the day.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This one's stupid.
This one, there's a special chamber.
There's a snake that's in the walls, but they don't know it's a snake, except for Harry knows it's a snake because he can talk to snakes.
There's this little troll guy named Dobby.
Dobby, the house elf.
And Mr. Potter. And then there's this guy, and he has a diary. And Harry Potter reads the diary, and it tells him things, and it says, hey, there's a snake in the basement.
And through that diary, Voldemort is now living in a little girl's brain.
And then they find the Chamber of Secrets, and he kills the basilisk with a, something? Oh, the Sword of Gryffindor, because the Phoenix comes and gives it to him.
And he looks into a mirror, and he can see his mother, but it's a trick mirror. And Dumbledore says, you have to watch out for tricks.
Next one is the one with Gary Oldman.
There's a bad prisoner named Sirius Black who escapes, and he's terrorizing everybody.
Turns out Gary Oldman's not a bad guy, but he escapes from prison, and he knows Harry Potter because apparently he was Harry Potter's parents' midwife.
Sirius escapes from Azkaban, and everybody thinks Sirius Black is really bad, and they're warning Harry to stay away from him because he's going to get him, and then there's Dementors, and Harry's bothered by Dementors, and then...
Voldemort's servant, a guy named Wormtail who's been living in a rat, comes back so that he can eventually help Voldemort come back.
There's a werewolf, which is a teacher, but they don't know he's a werewolf until he turns into a werewolf in front of them, and then he's in cahoots with Sirius Black, but Sirius Black isn't actually bad because they're trying to find Ron's rat, who's the real bad guy.
And in the fourth movie, that's when shit really starts to get serious because that's when Voldemort comes back.
Goblet of Fires. Yeah, it's like, that one's pretty cool because it's a tournament.
That's the one where they do the Wizard Olympics, and they meet this really hot French wizard named Belle.
Daniel Radcliffe has to battle Ralph Fiennes, and he's like, geez, you were the bad guy in Schindler's List, in Spider, in Red Dragon.
And then Harry can't stop him, and Voldemort comes back to full human form or whatever.
Ron and Hermione theoretically are going to get together someday. Harry falls in love with Ginny Weasley, who is Ron's little sister. He doesn't want to tell Ron this because he's afraid Ron's going to beat him up.
And he's playing Quidditch all the time, too, and he's getting really good at Quidditch.
Fifth movie, no one except Harry and Dumbledore believes that Voldemort has returned.
Order of the Phoenix. This one is just all it is. It's just about a secret club.
Now crap is going all wrong. The school gets taken over because of a bad accident at the end of the Olympics by this fat woman named Regina Puddlebrudge.
You got Dolores Umbridge.
Gentida Stunkledunkle.
She's an evil teacher who shows up in the fifth movie. She wants to basically take magic teaching out of the magic school because she doesn't want the kids to grow up to rebel against the Ministry of Magic.
She's a real big jerk and makes Harry write lines on his hand and hurts him in blood, and then...
It's like, for your own good, we have to protect you by putting these ghosts around. But the ghosts are basically suck up everybody's energy and make you have horrifying dreams. So, like, what's worse, the disease or the cure, right? Like, that's the point of that movie.
Next one is, I believe, the Half-Blood Prince. That's, I like this one because it focuses a little bit more on Hans Gruber.
And this is when you start to really get into the nitty-gritty, as they say, of the backstory of the Harry Potter.
About 1,000 years ago, Salazar Slytherin. 1,000 years later, the kid named Tom Riddle.
He had a really troubled childhood, which is why he turned into such a dickhole when he was an adult. Neglect.
Now, he becomes obsessed with death. He doesn't want to die, so he splits his soul into 7 pieces called Horcruxes.
Dumbledore and Harry are trying to find the Horcruxes because we've learned about what Horcruxes are, about pieces of Voldemort's soul when he kills people.
To get rid of Voldemort, you have to get all the Horcruxes.
Well, we need to get these Horcruxes if we want to actually destroy Ralph Fiennes.
Dumbledore gets killed by Snape, but it's Snape pretending to be good, I think. Or maybe he just kills him at the top of a watchtower?
Seventh film, Harry, Ron, and Hermione set out to try to find the remaining Horcruxes, of which there are 5 left.
There's just like a lot of camping, and then they're trying to find another Horcrux, and they find one.
All I remember is them running around trying to destroy Horcruxes.
One of them is a special rock.
One is like a locket.
Some kind of book.
One is Harrison Ford's earring.
And then one is a special sword at the bottom of a lake.
While they are doing this, they also learn about the existence of the Deathly Hallows, 3 magical objects. The Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, a piece of the Grim Reaper's cloak.
They have a little fight in the air. Voldemort finds them. A whole bunch of people turn into Harry Potter. It's really creepy.
And then Ron gets hurt and mad and goes away, and then they're sad, and then that's it.
Now there's going to be a big battle when everyone's going to show up to fight. So you enjoy it on Friday.
And then Helena Bonham Carter's in it too. And the thing is, you notice that every single scene that she's in, there's always a fight that breaks out. It's probably because she was in the movie Fight Club.